red palm, which is a lovely palm, really nice. It's 1,000 Ghana cedis, so it's not cheap. We may have to mix the red palm with the long green palm, just to balance out the finances. Long green palm being, just about 10% of that cost, 150 Ghana cedis. Hi guys, welcome to Asher and Gad channel, making Africa home again, one family at a time. So today's video is all about the land preparation for gardening, right? So we are in the process of preparing the land for the gardening to come, and we've received one quotation for all the gardening works, which I'll take you through in a minute. What I really want to know is, are we being ripped off or not? No idea. And by no means are we gardening experts. So I would appreciate your comments and your opinions over the quotation I'm about to share and some of the prices of the plants that we have been we've asked them to give us. All right. So, but before that, in terms of the land preparation, we are preparing both the plot that we're going to live on and also the unoccupied plot. You can see some videos on your screen. What we're going to do is, what we're in the process of already doing, we used to have all those chippings, those who've been long subscribers, we used to have all those chippings on the unoccupied plot. We have currently removed them all to the front of the house, and then we've bought all the, we had about, I think, one trip of laterite or 3/4 of a trip of laterite, which is outside, and we've brought that inside to begin to fill the unoccupied plot. Okay, we are also going to, there's a bit of sand, like rough sand, which was rejected in the very initial stages of the foundation of this building. I think the mason or the builder needed sand, obviously, to mix the cement, and the sand that was brought in a year ago, that particular trip was rejected right at the back. So we're going to use that to fill the land as well. All right, to fill all of that up, and then we will move. There's another sand in front of it. The guys are going to remove that sand to the front of the house in order to get all that area nice and clear. After all that is done, we will, my guys will now spread the two sort of big lumps of black soil that you can see on your screen. One near the unoccupied plot, covering the borehole at the moment, and one near the front of it. We're going to spread the black soil over, let's say, half of the unoccupied plot, and spread the other black soil at the front part of the house, along where the septic tank is, and also along the side of the fence wall. There's a planter there, and also the two planters that are in front of the house, to the left and to the right. We're going to put black soil on all of them in preparation for the gardening, for the plants, and for the flowers that are to come. For those of you who asked me on email how much a trip of black soil cost, so these days we bought a whole trip. That's 20 cubic meters of black soil, cost 1,400 Ghana cedis. Okay, so that's how much that cost us for you guys to know. So now the guys are in the process of doing all that preparation work, but what I want to talk to you or show you right now is the quotation that we have received from one gardener who was recommended to us. Now, I normally go out to at least 2 people or 3 people in order to make sure I'm not being ripped off or not. But I'm struggling to find another suitable gardener at this moment in time. So I'm just going to run through this quotation that we have received, and you guys can comment below to see whether this is a reasonably priced quotation, or if we are being ripped off or not. All right, so it's on your screen now. Just give you a summary of it. So he's got his labor cost, so of 5 elements of labor, or 4 elements of labor cost. The first labor cost is where the guy has priced for mixing up the soil with fertilizers. So those 2 patches of black soil that you saw, 20 cubic meters of black soil, they're going to mix all that up with fertilizer, okay, and spread it at the front of the house the planter along the fence wall, and the two sort of flower planters in front of the house, left and right. Now, the measured area of all of that is about 106 square meters, and he's applying a labor rate of 5 cedis per square meter, which is gives you a total of 530 cedis. Now, I guess that seems reasonable to me, but I've got nothing to compare it against, so don't know whether it's reasonable or not, but it seems reasonable, I guess. No idea. Let me know if you have a better idea. Labor number 3 on your screen, is actually number 2 really, is planting of the grass and 3 months maintenance. Now, at the front part of the house, again, I'm bringing the videos back on your screen, we plan to have carpet grass all along the front. Carpet grass all along the front of the house. There'll be some hedges and an arch and some extra trees to make it a nice sort of shaded area we can sit and relax. But the ground fundamentally will be carpet grass, okay? And that carpet grass, along with the first 3 months maintenance, he's charged it at, I think he's allowed for 25 bags at 50 cedis a bag, given at 1,250 cedis, okay? Next item on the labor is digging of the soil mix, and the plant by the driveway. Now, if you look at our driveway, we plan to have coconut, sort of short coconut trees. Yeah, they're kind of the orangey, I think orangey yellow ones, short coconut trees, and maybe a mixture of date palms planted at regular intervals, almost from the front of the house to the back of the house, to form like a border of the driveway to some degree. And so what he's pricing there is, we're going to, obviously where the coconut or the date palm, whatever palm is planted, he would dig that locally, dig it down about 2 to 4 feet, if you like, have a black soil mixed within it, and there you have it. He would just plant it in there. And he's allowed the costing of that. Let me just check his notes. He has costed that as, let's say, is digging 2 to 4 feet minimum, removing any undesirable material that is found underneath. Maybe there's some rocks or some concrete that's not necessary, or that can block the roots. To remove that, enriching the base, covering the soil, and planting. Yeah. And what they're also saying is, which I guess is a good thing, is that they bear the liability for the death of the plant, or for the death of any plant in the first month of planting, which is a good thing, you know, absolutely. And I do like that. That is a good thing. If our plants die in the first month, then they'll have to replace the plant or give us the financial, refund for it, which is good. Then there comes the carpentry. The carpentry element is just where I said on the front of the house where we're going to have carpet grass. We don't want those sort of, let's say, ugly looking covers of the septic tank, which are currently concrete, showing. So we're going to put a lovely sort of wooden finish over them, so it will look very nice in the background. You won't necessarily know what it is, because there'll be black soil which will fill that level, and then the carpet grass all around it as one level. It won't be a trip hazard. It will just be one level carpentry around it, and that's what he's charging for the 2 carpentry, if you like, covers. He's charging 300 Ghana cedis, so that's 150 Ghana cedis per cover. Okay, so that gives a total labor of 2,400 Ghana cedis. Now we move on to the materials that he's going to use. Again, on your screen, he's allowed for fertilizers, let's say chicken droppings and compost. Okay, 10 bags of those at 50 cedis each, so that's 500 cedis. Then he's allowed for fertilizer for the lawn feed at 250 Ghana cedis. Okay, we are going to have some sea pebbles in a certain area, let's say to the front of the septic tank, just towards the left of where the gate opens. I'm showing you on your screen. So the pebbles, we're going to need 5 bags according to him at 35 cedis each, making 175 cedis. Okay, then there's mulch. Again, I'm not too sure what mulch is, whatever it is. Red color wood mulch, no idea. I have to do some research to find out exactly what that is. He's got 5 bags at 100 cedis each, that's 500 cedis. Then he's got some wood pallet, hardwood water base at 550 cedis. So that gives total material price of 1,975 Ghana cedis. Remember, we said that we already had the labor at 2,400. Okay, then moving on to some pots. We've already got some pots in our house. We just need a few pot stands. So he's allowed for each pot stand at about 120 Ghana cedis. 4 of those, 480 cedis, and the 2 smaller ones at 90 cedis each. That gives a total of 660 cedis. Then for the transportation of all the materials, he's allowed 500 cedis, which gives you the total of 5,535 Ghana cedis. Okay, 5,535 Ghana cedis to cover the areas that I've showed you. That is labor and materials. Okay, but really, when you look at it, it is mainly labor and materials for getting the soil ready, and a few sea pebbles and a few some carpentry here and there. But it's really, when I look at it, it's really just mainly getting the soil ready. Okay, but it's some digging of plants, but the labor will vary depending on the actual final quantity of plants that we ask them to plant, or flowers that we ask them to plant. So that's probably a varying item, but this is just a starter for 10, I'd imagine. But let me share with you guys right now some of the list of plants that we are looking forward to planting and beautifying the exterior compound of our house, and the prices that we have been given. And again, please comment below to see if you have some of these plans, whether these prices seem reasonable or not, as the case may be. So on your screen, we start with the desert rose. He's got it priced at 150 Ghana cedis. I try and get the pictures on your screen of some of these flowers if I can. So desert rose, 150 Ghana cedis. Tuja, 150. Periwinkle, 10. Red palm, which is a lovely palm, really nice. It's 1,000 Ghana cedis, so it's not cheap. We may have to mix the red palm with the long green palm just to balance out the finances. Long green palm being just about 10% of that cost. 150 Ghana cedis. Hibiscus, various ones, 50 Ghana cedis. Pagoda tree, 50 Ghana cedis, etc. Just to give you a flavor of what we're getting. Queen of Philippines, not sure what that is. Gad chose all of these. 70 Ghana cedis. We've got the bougainvillea. Yes, we know what that is. 10 Ghana cedis. Cactus bowl, 200 Ghana cedis. Carpet grass, 35 Ghana cedis, as we've already talked about. Indian tree. Now, I love the Indian tree. It's quite common in Ghana. Seen them a lot in Kumasi, where we live now. It's a long sort of slim tree. Grows very high, very tall. You can grow it right next to your fence wall without any worry of damage, because I think the roots are not that damaging to fence walls. So Indian tree. That's Indian tree seedling. Probably try and get one that's about 4 to 6 foot high, and that's about 100 Ghana cedis. Okay, and there you can see the varying prices for yourself. Hydrangeas at 120, coconut hybrid at 50 cedis, banana suckers, dwarf banana suckers at 30 cedis, plantain suckers at 25 cedis, etc. So that gives you a flavor, on your screen, give you a flavor of the pricing that we're getting. Let me know if we're being ripped off, or if you think that these prices you've seen on your screen is reasonable, especially for those who know a lot about gardening. Now, as it stands at the moment, we want to use as much of the unoccupied, probably half of the unoccupied plot for farming at this moment in time. Food farming. I think the swimming pool is something that will come at a future date. I think what's important for us now is more the food farming and more that sort of independence. Obviously, the flowers and pretty grass and trees in front of our house, but the unoccupied plot will be mainly really about crops, or half of it, that is. The other half is for another development which is in progress as well, in terms of the plans and the drawings for that part of the unoccupied plot are in progress. And as we progress, we will introduce that at some point in the future as well. So that is good. So as we progress, we will introduce the plans that we have for the other half of the unoccupied plot in the very near future. All right, so exciting times. We've entered the month of April. I would say that I expect we've currently installed 2 toilets. Master bathroom is progressing very well. I'm believing the Most High Yah that in 2 weeks time, let's say 2 weeks and let's say 2 weeks and 2 to 2.5 weeks time, my expectation, my belief is that all the sanitary ware will be completely finished. All the toilets, all the showers, all the shower glass cubicles, all the basins, all the sinks, everything. Washing machine connected is already connected anyway. Everything sanitary ware will be finished. So in 2 weeks time, 2.5 weeks time maximum, obviously we've got hot and cold water already running in the house, sanitary ware already in place, toilets already in place. Obviously we've got electric. The generator cable will be done this week, so we can plug that in. So water, hot and cold, electric, sanitary ware done in between 2 to 2.5 weeks, which is fantastic. And pretty much the house will be pretty much there, ready to really move in. We will just have to wait for our rent to expire where we are now, and go for it. I think what we do need to do, we haven't done yet, is do some sort of open metal frame, ventilated frame for our gas cylinders. We need to do that as well. Let me just check my notes. I put down a priority list of things we need to do before we move in. I've talked the gas storage area. I've talked about that. Shower cubicles. We need to install the cooker. We need to touch up the kitchen a bit. I'm reasonably pleased with the guy who did the kitchen cabinets, but we want to do a little bit of a touch up, because we've just found somebody else and found some pictures and some quality that we want to add a bit of, let's say, a bit more of a first class touch to the kitchen. So we'll do that as well. We've got carpentry. I'm not sure if I've talked about carpentry in previous videos, but we've got a carpenter recommended to us, and he's doing quite a bit of work for us. Understair storage cupboards, a massive bespoke bed, kitchen shelves, and some other shelving in the laundry area, and so on and so forth. So he's delivering that towards the end of April, which will be great to see. His communication is very good, so I'm hoping that, I'm believing Yehovah that the outcome will be good as well. We've bought all our curtains, and we just need to buy the curtain rails, and yeah, there's a little bit of remaining electrical work to do, minor stuff really. So, and also from a security point of view, minor stuff to do, and then we should be good. We should be there. We should be there and ready to move in very, very, very soon. So we pray to the Most High that will come to pass for sure. In terms of the solar, yeah, I'm still speaking to various companies, still trying to get it as economical as possible. Trying to negotiate as best I can with any incentives and any sort of insights that I can use to my benefit. So we'll see how that goes. Currently speaking to SPS, and I've spoken to Deep Solar already. I'll probably speak to Sun Power and see how the numbers come out. I've already spoke about what I thought about in the last video in the Q&A session. If you haven't watched that, please click up here and you can watch that again to understand my philosophy of connection in terms of SBU, solar battery utility priorities on my inverter. So let's see how that goes. I'll keep you guys informed as the videos roll in. So as usual, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you always be aware when we upload a new and educational video for your viewing pleasure. On behalf of God, it's Kemesia. For me, it's Yebeshia. Guys, see you next time.